Hello Oracle Database Universe, this is Justin, and in this Oracle Database video YouTube tutorial I am going to show you that transactions in an Oracle database commit when automatically when a DDL, data definition language statement completes. Now, what is a transaction in a database? A transaction in a database is anything that modifies data. So if you were to update a row in a table, or if you were to insert a row into a table, that would be considered a transaction. Now, a transaction starts when you, for instance, issue the insert command, all right? And a transaction will not end until one of two things happens, until you issue a commit or until you issue a rollback command, okay? With a DDL statement, it stands for Data Definition Language Statement, and a Data Definition Language Statement is a statement which as the name suggests, defines, okay? And defines metadata is where the data comes from. So, if I were to create a table, okay, I'm physically creating a table that my database will use, okay, that's considered a data definition language, okay? And SQL is defined by three language types, command types: DDL, data definition language, such as a create table, DML, data manipulation language, such as select statements and insert statements, and DCL, data control language statements, such as grant or revoke. Okay. Now, with DML statements, you can insert data and then you can roll it back, meaning that you can get what the row used to look like prior to the insert. Okay, or you could commit it, meaning that the change is now permanent in the database. Okay, I'm going to show you an example of that, and then I'm going to show you how a DDL statement, data definition statement, automatically commits everything. Okay, because a DDL statement commits implicitly. Okay, and I'll show you that. So we'll set our Oracle SID to finance, and we'll ensure we're set properly. Echo Oracle _SID finance, and we'll connect to the database via SQL Plus. We'll connect as a sysdba user, sys, and we'll do a select name from the $sign database to ensure we're connected to the finance database. Now, I have a table called names, and here's the structure of it. Okay, and it's in the sys schema, and the structure of it is it has the fname one column called fname with data type varchar220. Now, if I select all the rows from this table, select the asterisk from names, I will see it has 3 rows: Minka, Justin, Rich. Now, I'm going to do a DML, a data manipulation language statement, and the DML statement I'm going to use will be insert. I'm going to insert a row. So I'm going to type in insert into names values mark. So I'm going to insert row mark. One row created. Select the asterisk from names. Okay, so we'll see that I have 4 rows now instead of 3 because I inserted mark. Now, let's say I made a mistake and I want to back that change out. Well, I can, because even though I typed in the insert statement and the insert statement's over, it says 1 row created, and I see the results of it in my current session. I see the results of the insert statement in my current session. Does not mean that the transaction is done. The transaction is still active. So I need to make it, one of two things have to happen to make the transaction end. I either need to commit it or I need to roll it back. I'm going to show you an example of rolling it back here. What happens? So I type in rollback. Now the transaction's complete. But now when I type in select asterisk from names, the mark row went away. Okay, so it's not 4 rows, it's back to 3 rows because I rolled it back. Okay? Now I'm going to insert mark again, which will change it from 3 rows back to 4 rows. Remember, the transaction is still active, but instead of a rollback, I want to type in commit. Now I'm going to I type select asterisk from names. I still see 4 rows, and now I'm going to try to roll it back. Rollback complete, but mark is still there. So when I try to roll it back that time, the mark row is still there. Mark, 4 rows, 4 rows. Why? Because I committed it up here. Okay, so it makes it permanent. So, that being the case, I'm going to show you that a DDL statement is automatically commits itself. Okay, you can't roll back a DDL statement, and I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert another row into this table called John. Okay, this will be row number 5. Now I'm going to do select asterisk from names. And I see 5 rows. Make a Justin, Rich, Mark, John. So since I didn't type in a rollback or a commit at this point, this transaction is currently still in progress from this insert. Okay, this insert's basically still in progress. So I'm not going to type in commit or rollback. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in a DDL statement. Okay, and a DDL statement is an example of is creating a table. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create just a dud table here. Create table dummy named after me. D1 will be the column name. Var car 20 will be the data type, whatever. Table created. Now, notice I did not issue a commit or rollback command. All I did was I inserted John into the table names, and then I immediately followed that with a create table command, a data definition language command. Okay, I did not, or statement rather, I did not commit or rollback. All right, well, explicitly anyway. So now I'm going to type in select asterisk from names, and I see the Johns there, but I'm going to type in rollback because I'm going to say, hey, I didn't roll back or commit since I did this, since I inserted John into this table. Okay, so when I roll back, I should be able to get the data back, what it looked like before I inserted John. Nope, John's still there. Notice we did a rollback, all right, but John is still there. Why? And there wasn't a previous commit or rollback. Why? Because all DDL statements, okay, implicitly, which is automatically, issue a commit statement when they're done, which means that they commit, they end the current transaction in flight. Okay, so all DDL statements do that. And another example that I'll show you is we're going to create a table called dummy1, describe dummy1. Okay, so there's our table, D1, dummy1 with one column, D1. Now I'm going to type in rollback because I don't like that table. I don't want that table to be there anymore. Okay, so I created a table and I go, oh crap, I don't want that table. So I said I'll just type in rollback because with my insert, I'm able to get rid of the insert I did, so I should be able to get rid of the table I create, right? Rollback complete. All right, no problem. Wait a minute. The table's still there, even though I did a rollback. Why is that? Because data definition, say it with me, data definition language, DDL statements, implicitly commit. You need to explicitly commit a DML statement. Okay? Either that's with the commit command or directly or indirectly with a DDL, like we showed you earlier. Okay? So, DML statements need to explicitly commit the transaction, while DDL statements implicitly commit the transaction. Okay?